Here's the truth no one wants to admit. Speaking confidently doesn't mean speaking louder. In fact, shouting or projecting your voice too forcefully often leads to the opposite effect. It creates nervousness, misunderstanding, and less clarity. The real secret to speaking with confidence is mastering control over your tone, pacing, and body language. It's about owning your words, not forcing them. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You need to be clear, poised, and purposeful. If you've been focusing on the wrong things, it's time to unlearn and relearn the art of true confident communication. Ready to stop shouting and start speaking with true clarity. Like, subscribe, and share this audiobook with anyone who's ready to speak confidently without the noise. Chapter 1. The Power of Confident Communication. There is a moment in every conversation, every meeting, and every presentation when your words can either capture attention or fall flat. Imagine standing in front of a room full of people, all eyes on you, waiting for your message. The question is, how do you speak in a way that commands respect, engages your audience, and leaves a lasting impression? The answer is simple: confidence. Confidence in speaking isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop. It's the belief in your words and the ability to deliver them with authority. Think of a leader. Someone who stands tall, makes eye contact, and speaks with conviction. This person isn't necessarily the loudest in the room, but they have the ability to make their words matter. The difference between someone who speaks with clarity and impact and someone who stumbles through their words is not the content, it's the confidence behind it. Take the story of John. John struggled with public speaking for years. He was knowledgeable and passionate about his work. But when it came time to present, his hands would shake, his voice would quiver, and his mind would go blank. He knew his material, but he lacked the confidence to communicate it effectively. One day, John decided to change his approach. He stopped focusing on his fear of being judged. Instead, he focused on the value he could bring to his audience. He practiced speaking clearly, slowly, and with purpose. Each time he spoke, he visualized his words landing on the audience as if they were exactly what they needed to hear. Gradually, John's nerves turned into a quiet, controlled energy, and his messages became more powerful. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, take a moment to like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Leave a comment with your biggest takeaway and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now, let's continue. Confidence in speaking starts with preparation. Know your material inside and out. The more familiar you are with what you're saying, the more comfortable you'll feel saying it. But preparation isn't just about knowing the facts. It's about practicing your delivery, the tone of your voice, the pace of your words, and the way you present yourself. When you speak with clarity, you not only communicate your ideas, but you also inspire trust. Reflect for a moment on the last time you spoke in front of others. Did you feel confident? How did your words land? Confidence is the key to unlocking the full potential of your voice. Start practicing today and watch how your words start to command the attention they deserve. Chapter 2. Overcoming the fear of speaking. In the previous chapter, we explored the power of confident communication, how preparation and mindset can turn your words into a force that commands attention. We saw how John overcame his fear of public speaking by focusing on the value he could bring to his audience and practicing with purpose. Now, let's dive into one of the biggest challenges many people face when it comes to speaking with confidence: the fear of speaking itself. Fear is natural, but it doesn't have to control you. Consider the story of Anna. Anna dreaded speaking in front of others. She had always been shy and introverted. Even in small groups, her heart would race and her palms would sweat. One day, after missing a key opportunity to speak at work, she realized that fear was holding her back from achieving her goals. She decided to confront it head-on. Anna started small. She volunteered to speak in meetings and took part in group discussions. She practiced relaxation techniques before each speaking opportunity, breathing deeply and visualizing a successful conversation. Over time, her fear began to diminish. What once felt like an overwhelming hurdle became something she could manage with control. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, take a moment to like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this, leave a comment with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now, let's continue. Fear of speaking is a common barrier, but it doesn't have to be an obstacle. The key to overcoming it is not trying to eliminate the fear, but learning how to manage it. One way to do this is by practicing the exposure method. Start by speaking in low-pressure situations, like giving a quick update in a team meeting or sharing an idea with a close friend. Gradually increase the level of difficulty, and you'll find that what once seemed intimidating becomes easier over time. Along with this, deep breathing exercises can help calm your nerves and center your focus. Remember, fear is simply a signal from your body that something matters. Acknowledge it, but don't let it paralyze you. Reflect on your own fears. When you think about speaking in front of others, what emotions rise up? Recognizing these feelings is the first step to overcoming them. The more you face your fear, the more confident you will become in your ability to communicate clearly and with authority. Each small victory builds the foundation for larger successes ahead. Chapter 3. The Art of Clear and Concise Communication. In the previous chapter, we tackled the fear of speaking and how Anna confronted her anxieties by gradually increasing her exposure to speaking opportunities. Overcoming fear is a vital first step, but once that fear is managed, the next challenge is to speak clearly and with precision. In any conversation, presentation, or meeting, the ability to communicate your thoughts in a clear and concise manner is what makes your message impactful. Words matter, but how you deliver them matters even more. Take the story of Michael, a manager who was known for his deep knowledge and expertise. But despite his skills, his communication style was often unclear. He would speak in long, winding sentences that confused his audience, leaving people unsure of what he actually meant. One day, a colleague pointed this out to him. Michael decided to change his approach. He started practicing brevity by outlining his key points before any conversation or presentation. Instead of rambling, he learned to speak in short, punchy sentences that got straight to the heart of the matter. By eliminating unnecessary details and staying focused on the core message, Michael noticed a significant improvement in how his team responded to him. People listened more closely, understood his points faster, and appreciated the clarity in his speech. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, take a moment to like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this, leave a comment with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now, let's continue. Clear communication is not just about choosing the right words, it's about structuring your thoughts before you speak. One powerful technique for achieving clarity is the three-point rule. When preparing to speak, identify the 3 key messages you want to convey. Keep your sentences short, and ensure that each point you make supports your main idea. Avoid going off topic or overloading your audience with information. This approach keeps your message sharp and your listeners' attention focused. As you reflect on your own communication style, think about the last time you felt misunderstood. Did you speak too much or not enough? Did your message get lost in the details? Start practicing with the three-point rule in your conversations. The more you refine the way you express yourself, the more effective you'll become at speaking with clarity and confidence. Chapter 4. Mastering non-verbal communication. In the last chapter, we focused on the importance of speaking with clarity and conciseness. We saw how Michael improved his communication by structuring his thoughts and sticking to the core message. Clear communication is essential, but there's another layer that elevates how we speak and how our message is received: nonverbal communication. It's the unspoken language of gestures, posture, and facial expressions, and it can often speak louder than words. If you want to speak with confidence and truly connect with your audience, mastering nonverbal communication is crucial. Consider the story of Linda, a senior executive who struggled to gain the respect of her team during meetings. Her words were always precise, but something was missing. She didn't make eye contact, her posture was closed, and she often crossed her arms, which made her seem defensive. Despite her knowledge, her nonverbal cues undermined the confidence her words should have conveyed. After receiving feedback from a trusted colleague, Linda decided to make a change. She started paying attention to her body language. She began standing tall, making eye contact, and using open hand gestures while speaking. Her posture became more inviting and assertive. Over time, her team responded positively, not just because of what she said, but because of how she made them feel through her nonverbal communication. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, take a moment to like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this, leave a comment with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now, let's continue. Nonverbal communication is a powerful tool that can either reinforce or undermine the message you're trying to deliver. When you speak, ensure your body language aligns with your words. Maintain good posture, stand or sit upright, and avoid slouching. Make eye contact with your audience, which shows confidence and helps you establish a connection. Use open hand gestures to emphasize your points, and avoid crossing your arms or hiding your hands, as this can convey defensiveness or insecurity. Reflect on your last presentation or conversation. How did your body language align with your message? Were you sending mixed signals without realizing it? Start paying attention to your nonverbal cues. When you align your body language with your words, your message becomes more powerful, and you'll speak with an even greater level of confidence. Chapter 5. Engaging your audience with storytelling. In the previous chapter, we explored the power of nonverbal communication and how aligning your body language with your words can amplify your message. When you speak with confidence, your posture, eye contact, and gestures become an extension of the message you're delivering. Now, let's dive into one of the most effective techniques for captivating your audience and leaving a lasting impression: storytelling. Storytelling isn't just for authors or public speakers. It's a tool everyone can use to engage, inspire, and connect with others. Think of the best speakers you've ever heard. Chances are, they didn't just list facts or give instructions. They told stories. Stories are memorable because they trigger emotions and help us relate to the speaker on a human level. Take the example of Mark, a sales manager who was known for delivering the most engaging presentations in his company. Mark didn't just talk about sales numbers or product features. He told stories about customers whose lives had been changed by the product. He shared stories of struggles, triumphs, and lessons learned. His audience could visualize the impact of the product, and they became emotionally invested in the message. Mark's storytelling made his points more relatable, memorable, and effective. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, take a moment to like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this, leave a comment with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now, let's continue. The power of storytelling lies in its ability to make your message more relatable and personal. It doesn't have to be a long, elaborate tale. A short, simple story can be just as powerful if it illustrates your point. To use storytelling effectively, think about the key message you want to deliver and find a way to frame it within a story. Make it personal. Share your own experiences or stories that your audience can relate to. When telling a story, keep it focused. Choose a specific moment, problem, or solution that supports your message. By grounding your message in a story, you make it easier for your audience to connect, remember, and act. Reflect on the last time you were captivated by a speaker. What made their message stick with you? Chances are it was the story they told. Start practicing the art of storytelling in your own conversations and presentations. When you weave your message into a story, you'll create a deeper connection with your audience, leaving them not only informed but inspired. Chapter 6. Speaking with authority and impact. In the previous chapter, we saw how storytelling can elevate your communication, making your message more relatable and memorable. When you speak through stories, you forge a deeper connection with your audience, making them not only understand but also feel what you're saying. Now, let's look at how to speak with true authority and impact. This is where everything we've discussed comes together. Confidence, clarity, body language, and storytelling all play their part in shaping how your words land. But speaking with authority takes it a step further. It's about owning your message and commanding respect every time you speak. Consider the example of Lisa, a leader in her industry known for her ability to command any room. When Lisa spoke, her presence alone made people listen. But it wasn't just about the volume of her voice. It was about the certainty behind it. She spoke with authority, grounded in her experience and knowledge. People didn't question her because they could feel the conviction in her words. What Lisa understood was that authority isn't something you demand. It's something you earn through preparation, consistency, and self-belief. Her confidence wasn't about arrogance. It was about her belief in the value she had to offer. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, take a moment to like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this, leave a comment with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now, let's continue. To speak with authority, you must first believe that your message is important. Speak with conviction, but also with respect for your audience. When you own your message, you show that you are confident in your knowledge and the value you bring. Use pauses to emphasize key points and give your audience time to digest your message. Avoid filler words like or like, which weaken your authority. When you speak, Speak with purpose and clarity, and always keep your focus on delivering value to your listeners. Reflect on the last time you spoke with authority, whether in a meeting, a presentation, or a casual conversation. Did you speak with certainty and belief in your message? If not, what can you do differently next time? To speak with impact, it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. Own your words, speak with conviction, and remember your message is worth hearing. Now, as you move forward, apply these principles and techniques every time you speak. Be the person who not only communicates with confidence, but also leaves a lasting impression through clarity, authority, and authenticity. Your words have power. Step into that power and let your voice be heard.